Hey guys, what's going on? So we're at the Otsego County Fair Demolition Derby being put on by DNA Motorsports now, rather than Spinning Wheels. We're here for the 2025 Demolition Derby, and hopefully it's a pretty good one. It looks like we're gonna have a good one. I just figured since the gate was open here, I'd just walk in there and start with the best of show cars, since they're right up front now. You have them parked here for the afternoon Demolition Derby. So you got a Ford Exploder over there. An M&M car, I believe this is a Hyundai Sonata or something of that nature. Figure these guys want to be on camera since they did put a decent amount of work in these cars. Kia Optima, so same thing, it's a Sonata. A Cadillac DeVille, looks like. And a Chevrolet Caprice wagon or a Buick Roadmaster state wagon. So always wanted one of these. These are pretty fun. Not to derby, but to actually drive on the road. But like I said, this is being put on by DNA Motorsports, and we're going to be walking down here. We got quite a walk, but it's not too bad. But it's they have a bunch of different classes here: vans, trucks. You got an Impala coming down here. Looks like they might be going. He might be going in for a. For an inspection, possibly.
Oh yeah.
But like I said, bone stock. We got more built classes as well, full size, of course. Here we got a van, Ford Econoline. Ford Bronco. Looks like very built. Looks like, I don't know what they're allowed to do to the frame, but very you guys could see how much welding. Big cage too, cage protector. That's a cool build there. And now we got a older Ford Exploder. And now we got a Ford Excursion. How you doing? Chevrolet Tahoe behind the Excursion. And then we kind of get into a bone stock class here, front wheel drive and vans, minivans, that is. Probably see small trucks and stuff like that maybe in that class as well. This is a Toyota Camry. You might have seen this one run. And now we got a Ford Focus. Some of these cars are going to be coming from more southern, because this is kind of a southern show compared to where we've been. Boonville, Lewis County, those are all northern. This is an hour south, or 2 hours south of those fairs. So we're going to be seeing some different cars that are already pre-ran, but not necessarily ran at either one of those shows. We got a Toyota Avalon and a looks like a newer Hyundai Sonata. These are starting to become popular all of a sudden because they're so cheap, because the motors, I believe these motors are crap, so because they like to blow up, so nobody's buying them. But they make good derby cars and they're still running, so I've seen a couple of these run now and they do pretty good. This car I recognize. I believe this ran last year here or something of that nature. I recognize this car. That already ran a very similar one, but this one's already been pre-ran too. So I think this is a, I don't even remember what it was, some type of foreign vehicle, I think. Maybe it's a Ford. It's all smashed in, so somebody's gonna have to comment down below unless I figure it out, and I'll put it over the video or whatever. But hi, now we got a Honda Civic. Newer Honda Civic.
2014.
14 Honda Civic. Wow, that's one of the newest Honda Civics we've seen yet. Camry behind that. This looks like, oh, this is the crew, I think. Yep, this is the crew. This is the guys I always, when it came down to me and the other guys at Otsego, these were always the team right here. And they always like to run their Camrys. And you are allowed, obviously, to swap the bumper and weld it on in this class. Tire sidewalls. These guys always build their cars pretty decent. We got a fuel cell and stuff like that. I mean, that's kind of like the expected. In these, they got a fuel cell. Oh, they're all going to be set up just about the same. It looks like we might have a separation of a heat right here. That or somebody just stayed back a bit. This is a Nissan Sentra, I believe it is. Behind that we got a Chevrolet Impala with a pretty rotted out front bumper. My front bumper was nice and clean, but I didn't want to run the factory bumper because they were really, really thin. See if that holds up. Oh, that's not going to hold up. Because right where it's bolted on, it's gone. There's nothing left holding it, so wouldn't be surprised if that one falls off. Behind that, we got a Honda Accord.
But then I'm gonna go right to the front door.
And we got a Hyundai Elantra behind that Accord there. An older Toyota Camry. I think this might have ran here last year, but I might be wrong on that. I don't know. It's definitely pre-ran, obviously. Behind that, we got another Toyota Camry. This is where the Camrys tend to come out to play. You'll see a lot less of that at Boonville and those shows, but here at Otsego County Fair, they always have their Camrys. And behind that, it's Buick Regal. The reason why I know it's a Regal is because the Century doesn't have these holes in the headrest there. More sporty. And let's see, if is it supercharged or is it non-supercharged? Non-supercharged Buick Regal. With also the floor shifter. The Buick Centuries only come with a column shifter. Wonder how clean it is. Super passing there actually scared me a little bit. It was quiet until it wasn't. Got a Chevrolet Malibu. These, like I said, these are decent derby cars right here. If they're not terribly rotten, as anything that's terribly rotten is going to make a worse derby car, but the front frames on these are decent, and he's got a nice big bumper on this thing. I don't know if I would have went that heavy on the bumper, but who knows. But like I said, keep those wheels clean or swap the aluminum spindles, and you're going to be in better shape than a lot of people, because they tend to just be pretty decent. Here we got a Ford Focus. Behind that we got a Buick LaCrosse. Thing actually looks pretty darn clean. Another Camry. Like I said, you're just going to see a lot of that here. Another Camry behind that. And like I said, that's why I didn't want to run the Impala here, is because I knew this would be a Camry show, and the Impalas, you're just not going to hold up to the Camrys. Got a Honda Civic behind that. This is going to come down to Camrys, more than likely, unfortunately. And a Ford Focus. And the reason why I say unfortunately is just because you see that a lot. And it's nice seeing those other vehicles in the bone stock classes. The economy classes, I understand this guy's hood just opened while he was driving. I better back up so that way you can see. Got a, that's a Dodge Ram. That's an older, I think that's referred to as the second gen. There you go. There's still a lot of guys going through tech and stuff like that. I got a Dodge Grand Caravan going through tech right now. Like I said, this is DNA Motorsports. Let's go ahead and walk back up and take a look at the other cars up here. Very good car count for afternoon Demolition Derby, guys. This is a pretty darn good car count. We're gonna be having quite a few heats. So I'm looking forward to that for sure. Like I said, we do have a full-size class running. I'm not sure if that car's running there. But we do have a driver here, and also his son, that actually used to be part of the Spinning Wheels crew. He was actually the announcer, Josh Decker, and also his son, Trent Decker, who I believe are going to be running in the same heat. And I believe we're going to see the return of the Chrysler Town and Country wagon just in a minute here. And I'll just go ahead and look at the caravan or the minivans first. And we'll look at those minivans first, and then we'll take a look at the other ones. Oh, I'm standing right in the way of this minivan. Here, let me go over here towards the Chrysler Town and Country wagon. Yep, that's it. I guess we might as well look at the full size first. So here's that Town Country wagon that won at Lewis County. In front of them is a Lincoln Town car driven by Trent. So at least I believe that's who's going to be driving the. I believe it's going to be Josh Decker and Trent Decker, since I mean the car's got Trent all over it. Got a Ford Crown Victoria or a Mercury Grand Marquis. This is a Mercury Grand Marquis. I can tell by the steering wheel here. I'm gonna sneak in front of this one. This is a newer style Ford Taurus. I expect a decent amount from these, just because if you look at the back end here, it's convenient the trunk's off. It's a little rusty, but the frame rails on these are nice, and the way they get packed in, I think these are going to be really, really tough cars in the future here. Now, I'm not sure how the front suspension is going to hold up, especially with these large tires, but I don't know, we'll see. And the front frame rails are pretty good on these. Looks like a full-size GM. And it looks like a Chevy Cobalt. So, another Cadillac. So these guys are going to be joining the cars that are in the Best of Show, at least a couple of them over there in the Best of Show. Yeah, we got a few cars getting ready. They're over there. Got a Honda Accord right there. This one's obviously been pre-ran before as well. And a Subaru Legacy. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at those minivans. Actually, a couple of trucks just pulled up too. Like I said, I'm a bit early today, guys, so if we missed your car, it is what it is. F-250 Super Duty right here. She's pretty crusty, but it's still Super Duty, so it should do okay probably. Another Super Duty. That's kind of like the truck to have in these truck classes, is the Super Duties. Did they put this full-size truck in with the van? Right here we got a Dodge Grand Caravan. I don't know why I didn't just cover these before, but Dodge Grand Caravan, and this class is, I believe, all Dodge Grand Caravans up until that truck. Another Dodge Grand Caravan, or Dodge Caravan here, because it's the shorter wheelbase. Older style Caravan. This is the generation I like right here. The mid to late 90s Caravans. And here's the one I own. So, and you guys haven't even seen that van yet, really. But this one looks a lot cleaner than what mine is. So, see how this guy holds up. And there's that truck. So that's pretty much going to cover for the Prelude, guys. And I'm sorry if I missed your car, but it's because you just weren't here in the lineup yet. So stay tuned for Derby action. We got quite a show going on here. Looks like a lot of cars showed up here for today, so that's great news. Looking forward to it. Hope you guys are too, and I'll see you guys at the Derby. Thank you guys so much for watching, and bye-bye, everybody.